Yes, thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Stuart, and I've just started this channel, this Mozart channel, which has got some rather unique things about it. First of all, I'd like to say, if you don't want my commentary and you just want the music, you can always, on all of my videos, go to the comments. There's a pinned comment, and you can just click on the link. It will take you straight to the performance. So you can go and do that if that's what you want to do. If you're still with me, I presume that you want to hear what I've got to say. And I'm going to be recording on this channel, digitizing my LPs, all my Mozart LPs. No other composer, no Beethoven, no Schubert, Mozart only on this channel. And I'm starting off with this record here. It's Dinu Lipatti, the great pianist, who tragically died relatively young in 1950. Now, his last recital in 1950. He recorded many pieces, and two pieces on this record: Bach Partita No. 1 in B flat and Mozart Sonata in A minor, K310. So we're going to listen to K310, all three movements in A minor. It's an original Columbia record. I think it was made in around 1955. It's got the original gold on blue label, and everything's original. The inner sleeve is original. It's in fairly good condition for a record of this age, and I've recorded it through Audacity. I've edited out a few clicks and tried to smooth it out a bit. It sounds quite reasonable, I think, for the age of it. I hope you'll enjoy it. But first of all, about the sonata. So yeah, Mozart composed this sonata in 1778 in Paris. He composed many works in Paris. His mother was with him. It was a tour. They were trying to promote Mozart in Paris. It was important to do well there. Leopold wanted him to go. Leopold could not go himself because he had various duties. As I'm sure you know, Mozart at this time was living in Salzburg. He was working for the Archbishop Colloredo, Archbishop of Salzburg, who was a huge employer, a very important person at that time, employed the Mozarts. And Wolfgang composed dozens of masses, excellent church music in that time. He was flourishing as a composer, and at the time he composed this particular sonata, one could say that he'd already achieved absolute mastery of composition even before this sonata appeared. We have got great works. We've got K271, Piano Concerto No. 9. We've got countless works before that which are of really high quality. But this sonata, K310, is arguably his first great piano sonata in A minor. It's quite an amazing thing that with Mozart, virtually all of his minor key works are special works, whereas you could probably say that the major key works are probably a bit hit and miss. There are some absolute masterpieces, and because obviously he composed, there was more of a demand for major key works, uplifting, bright works, than there was for a sort of moody, introspective, brooding type pieces, which are the minor key works. But all the minor key works seem to be really special when Mozart composes them, and the A minor sonata is no exception. Now, Mozart was in Paris with his mother. His mother was seriously ill. Unfortunately, it was a long, arduous journey, and traveling in those days, that length of distance by stagecoach, etc., must have been really miserable. It must have been really miserable. It's bad enough traveling by train on TGVs across France and then, through Germany and everything. I don't like long distance travel, but imagine in those days, those stagecoaches are traveling at maybe 15, 20 miles an hour, bumpy roads, toilets, not really, just nip behind a tree with a shovel. And it must have been miserable. And poor Mozart's mother died in Paris. She took ill. She took to her bed. Mozart was writing pitiful letters back to his father saying, "Oh, mother's ill." He was underplaying how really bad it was. He wanted to just let his father down gently. And even after she actually died, he wrote to his father and said, "Oh, she's sort of looking a bit better today, and then the next day she wasn't looking so well." He didn't want to just break it to his father. It's really quite tragic. To read through the letters is amazing. But Mozart composed this sonata at the time. It's got a sort of restless, tragic quality to it, a breathlessness of despair, I suppose. And I've got two books I refer to a lot. I've got this one by Alfred Einstein, and I've got this one, Eric Blom, from the Master Musicians series. I like to read these, and I've just read up on these sonatas, and there's not really too much about them, just that this was really quite an uncharacteristic work from Mozart at the time. He'd really composed nothing like it, more or less, ever before. We had great minor key works. We had the G minor symphony, for example, and what else is there from before that? The Salzburg years. There wasn't really a great deal, so it was really breaking new ground for him. I think the opening of the third movement is reminiscent of Beethoven's Tempest Sonata. Third movement, slightly reminiscent of it. And okay, well, I won't say anything more about it. I really hope you enjoy it. So if you've got any requests, by the way, any special requests, leave them in the comments. And if you have any particular information you'd like to share about this great sonata, I would really like to hear it. Or if you have any particular interpretations you prefer above the Lipatti, which is considered to be a classic, I would be really interested to know. So thanks for watching, and without further ado, let's hear the sonata.